I was making coffee on a quiet Sunday morning when a knock at my door completely destroyed the life I thought I had. A woman stood on my doorstep holding a baby and asked if this was where Michael currently lived with anyone right now. I invited her inside thinking she was perhaps a colleague or an old friend passing through my neighborhood that particular day. She sat at my kitchen table, looked me in the eyes, and told me she was Michael's wife of 4 years entirely. I actually laughed because I was wearing Michael's engagement ring and we had a wedding booked for the following spring already. She did not laugh and instead placed her phone on my table showing me a wedding photograph I had never seen before. Michael was standing at an altar in a different city beside a woman I had never once seen or heard about at all. The baby on her hip was 18 months old, and she said Michael visited them every 2 to 3 weeks regularly always. I sat down very slowly because my legs had completely stopped cooperating with the rest of my body in that terrible moment. She had found my address through Michael's email after his phone habits changed dramatically and suspiciously over recent months entirely. She showed me a shared bank account, joint utility bills, and a lease agreement with both their names clearly printed together. I looked at my engagement ring and then back at her face and saw she was just as devastated as I was completely. 2 women sitting in my kitchen, both realizing simultaneously that the man they loved did not actually exist at all anywhere. Michael was due to arrive in 2 hours, and without much discussion, we both quietly agreed to simply wait for him together. Those 2 hours were the longest of my entire life as we sat sharing stories and carefully comparing our timelines together. Every business trip he took to see me was a lie he told her, and every trip to see her was a lie told to me. He had maintained 2 separate lives, 2 women who loved him, 2 homes, and 1 child he never once mentioned to me. When Michael walked through my door and saw us both sitting together, his face turned a color I had never seen before. He did not run and did not deny anything because there was absolutely nothing left that needed any further explaining at all. He sat down and began talking about being confused and trapped, which was honestly the most insulting response he could have given us. His wife stood up, picked up her baby, and told him their attorney would be in contact with him very shortly now. She looked at me before leaving and said she was genuinely sorry I had been pulled into something I never deserved at all. I placed my engagement ring on the table beside his key and asked him to leave my apartment without saying anything further. He tried to speak, but I opened the door and stood silently beside it until he finally walked completely out that evening. What would you have done if the person you planned to marry turned out to already belong to someone else entirely?